Yo, what's up, dudes?
You're in the back. You're in the back right
Just
now.
untiggity tangling the old headphones. We are in the city of New York, aka New York City. We are holding.
I'm actually in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
Yo, what's up, Mayor?
I'm in Phoenix.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's Harry's daughter's name.
I'm not gonna be able to join the cheer, but I just wanted to say what up and send love.
Yo, love received. Love received. We're you can join us from Phoenix if you'd like. We're on Sadi Hey Bays, and we're gonna learn about the future, like the Belchabes Magomagol, and how much we're going to be outnumbered, and we're gonna learn a little bit about how that was and how it was in the time of Chezkiyahu and how it was in the time of Abraham. Okay, so says the Gemara, Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. This is exactly what we're going to talk about today, because the Gemara says that when it was Sanhedrin coming against Am Yisrael, it was 45,000 men, princes sitting in carriages of gold. V'imahem shiglonos v'zonos. There's a bunch of princesses and also hoes, and shmonim elef geburim. 80,000 strong men, levushe shiryon, wearing shiryon. My dad knows what shiryon is, tanks, but really, it's wearing armor, right? Like we heard by Goliath. Kalipa, which is it seems to be like a type of armor that's like peels or something, like iron that's like close to the body. Ubashishim elef achuzei cherev. And 60,000 carriers of sword. Would you say that?
Sorry, on mute.
Oh, it's okay. All right. 60,000 carriers of sword. Ratzim Lefanav, they're running before them, Vashar, and the rest on horses. And it says, and that is also who was coming against Avraham. And so that was also the amount of people that were coming against Avraham. We know by Avraham that it said that there was this many soldiers, but it was the gematria of Eliezer. And so you had that going on. It was like massively overtaken, massively outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, and outplanned. In the Haliga words of Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's what he said, right? The American Revolution. Now, the American Revolution, when it says in the American dollar, in God we trust, it is not talking about the Judeo-Christian God. It's talking about Satan, and it's talking about the Egyptians. And we'll see a Tushtel, right? They have the Egyptian. Anyone who looks at the dollar bill will be like, right, with no foreknowledge, will be like, oh, these people are obviously pagans serving the Egyptian gods, We'll see some tushtel between Egypt and our times. But anyways, it says, V'chein asidin lavo im Gog uMagog. Dad, we're on Sadi Hey Amud Beis in Sanhedrin.
Someone once told me the etymology of God is from goat.
Of God is goat?
The word God comes from like Germanic goat.
It's a good thing that English is not Lashon HaKodesh.
I gotta look it up. No, but you were saying basically that the origin is satanic of their things, and the goat.
Oh, in God we trust. Nice.
The goat is a satanic image in Europe, etc.
Nice. So, yeah. That's awesome. No, it's awesome.
I don't know if it's
when we. It's a good etymological query, and we'll definitely look into it. Very interesting. But when we take over in Israel, when Super Chill takes power and really allows everyone to live their power, So we're going to put Yud Kei Vav Kei on the dollar bills, or maybe not, because we don't want we'll figure it out. But maybe we'll go back to gold. We'll figure it out. All of this is like stuff to figure out, but, in GOAT they trust, Okay. So, right, what does Eminem say at the beginning of Moon Man and Slim? He says, "Nod your head if you believe in God," something like that. All right, we gotta get that sprach also what exactly Eminem said. But anyways, so also in the war of Gog and Magog, which we know Gog is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, and you say, how is Gog Google? It sounds different. Because if you mix the Torah pronunciation and the Quran pronunciation and Gog and Zhuj, it comes out to Google. Because in this Milchemes Gog and Magog, the only way we're going to win is if we all come together. And that is represented by coming together of us and our Ishmaelite brothers, our cousins. And so that's Gog and Zhuj is Google, and the YouTube. So, and that's Milchemes Gog and Magog. So who's Gog? Gog is Google. And so who's Magog? Magog is from Gog. It's all those propaganda pygmies. No offense to anyone. But it's the people that are created from Gog. Av, you hear the word? Gog, from Gog. Stims. All right. B'masnisa Tana steht in a Baraisa. It says, Oirech Machanehu Arba Me'os Parse Rachav. So it is 400 parsim wide. So Savar Susav. So I think the length of the battalion of horses is Arba'im Parsi, is 40 Parsi. So then we say, Sach Machanehu. So that remaining in the Machane is 240,000. And the 100,000, hold on, it gets confusing when they talk numbers because they represent everything by letters. And there's Mechalachlokas Gersos. In some of the Ksav Yad, doesn't have 1,000. Okay. So there's Chaser Chad, -1. -1. So we'd be like, -1 what? So Baya. So Baya asks, it says, Chaser Chad Ribo, 10,000 less, O Chaser Chad Alpha, or 1,000 less, O Chaser Mea, or 100 less, O Chaser Chad, or just one less, or one less parsa. So the Gemara says Teku. So we don't know exactly the size of it, but that's okay. We don't know exactly the size. By the way, right now, we don't know exactly the size of who we're going up against, We know that, there's a lot of Gogs, but, probably 1% of the population is Gog. But then there's, 95% Magogs. And then, and then we have, 4% in, Team Mashiach. But the Gogs, so the Magogs, the Magogs are where the war is going to be won. Is it as many Magogs that we can get through to, and break through and say, yo, we're living right now in a Holocaust. This is Milchemes Gog and Magog. And if we can wake a lot of people up, I know that a lot of people will be very willing to help us out and help out the good guys, all science that's being taught right now and being brought in mainstream media is coming from Gog. It's coming from the evil people. So once people wait a second, why am I going to listen? Why am I going to listen to my nemesis? Why am I going to listen to Ovdei Baal Gates? So then we will Zayin Matzliach, inshallah. By the way, we had a Gog attack. It was probably a Magog attack though. These are not high ups coming and attacking us and Zoom bombing us. But it was a bunch of propagandized people. See, one of the problems is, and we'll get back to the Gemara in a second, I just want to say one of the problems is that a lot of the people who hate Jews, even if they're quote unquote, they know about the pandemic and they're not getting vaxxed, but still they hate Jews, they're still they're caught into the divide and conquer. And so, even there's a lot of work to be done, Bekitzer. But Shteigin da. All right. So Teku, we say Tana, another brisa. Rishonim avru b'shechi. So what does that mean? Rishonim avru b'shechi. So zak the Heilige Rashi. So Bayabai says, "Hi, when this chaser chad, heichi ka'amar, is it right? Is it on 1 or is it on 11 or is it right or 1,000? Okay, or 10,000? Fine. Rishona. So the kat Rishona is Michael shel cherev. So we say the first chel of the cherev of Cheskiyahu. It says avru b'shechi. It says shatu hasusim b'yarden and is ma'atu amayim she'avru. So they swam, right? They swam. The horses swam across the Yarden. It's like Rav Yochanan over here. And if you know anything about Rav Yochanan, he had one part of him that was definitely horse-like. If you catch my drift. So Rav Yochanan, we hear about swimming, and we hear the donkeys or the horses swimming, right? Shene'emar, because it says lo matzu mayim ben nahar lishtos. No, it says sorry, v'chalaf b'Yehuda, and they went. Oh, this is a pasuk in Yeshayahu. It says v'chalaf b'Yehuda, and they crossed in Judah. Shataf v'avar ad savar yagia. V'hayamutos kinafav melo rochav artzecha Emmanuel. Basically, so we're saying that they went halfway, like they were able to walk. And Zayim v'koma zekufa, the lo hayu amayim megim. They only got to their neck. Shenemar ad savar yagia achronim halu afar ragleihem. V'lo matzu mayim benahar l'shtos. They couldn't find water to drink until they got water from a different place, and they drank. There was no water left because like they displaced all the water, I guess. So they crossed. Which is another pasuk in Yeshayahu. Okay, but doesn't it say Vayitza Malach Hashem Vayika Machane Ashur? But doesn't it say that? Doesn't it say in Yeshaya again in Lamed Vav, later on in Yeshaya Lamed Vav, that the angel came out and it beat up Machane Ashur, 185,000, and they woke up and they were all dead bodies. So wait, you're telling me that these people crossed the Yarden and the horses crossed, and they're telling me that God, so what are you telling me that Machane Ashur is so many of these things? But didn't we just say that 185 of them, 1,000 of them died? But above you told me it was 260,000, right? When you do all the math of all the different foot soldiers and horse soldiers, so it's a stira. See the stira, Harry?
I definitely see that steer, bro.
Yeah, because in one place it's saying 185, in one place it's saying 260. So we got a stiggity stira up in here.
We've seen steers of these numbers before, you know, when they count the children of Israel, it was 600,000. No, it was really 600,000. We've seen and there's always like a nuanced answer. So let's see where we're going to go.
So Zakt Rashi, Zakt the Gemara, rather. Amar Rabbi Abahu answers, Halalu Roshe Gayasos Hey. Nah. These 185,000, these were like the heads. Gayasos is Negide HaChayo. Shekain Ola L'Cheshbon, says Rashi, Kedarminan 45,000, B'nei Malachim 80,000, Kiburim 60,000, Chuzei Cherev Hari Kuf Pei Hey. Elef. Aval HaAcherim Shemesu, the other ones that died, In Mispar, there's no number. We don't even know how much they are. Kedamar v'ashar. Oh, because it just says in the rest we're just the horse riders, and the horse riders, like, we don't know how much they were, right? Okay, Givaldig. So they were like, those were like the leaders of the nation. Amar of Ashi, Dikanami Dichsiv. Dikanami Dichsiv is an important phrase in the Gemara. Dikanami is like, yo, infer also Dichsiv, because it says in Bazak, Umishmanav Razon Bishminim Diisbehu. Bishmenim Diisbehu. So they're saying that there was a Adon Hashem Tzvaos b'mishmeinav Razon, and the fat ones are going to be stinned. And so we see also that bishmanav Razon on the fat ones, meaning like the fat ones, meaning like the leaders, the fat ones that are with them, the people who were fat in stature. Those are the ones who got hit by the angel. Amar Ravina, says Ravina, Dikanami, I got another diak for you. Dikanami, I have another diak, because it says Ve'yishlach malach Adonai ve'yikached kol gibor chayil v'nagid v'sar. So he trapped, or he eliminated all of the strong and the upright nagid, the talesman, the Shmuel Nagid, the Nagids, and Visar b'Machaneh, and all of the leaders of the Machaneh v'Gomer. They have Beis Elohav, and they came to the house of God. Umitziei me'av sham hipiluhu b'cherev, and from their poo, mitziei me'av, from the itziei, from what left their innards, they fell to the sword shmamina. So we see that from there also. It was like the leaders. It says Kol Gibor Chayil V'Sar. It says Sar and Nagid, so it's talking about the leaders. Right. Shmamina B'Mahika. So how were they hit? What were they hit with? What were they? Or how did Hashem hit them? So Amar Rav Eliezer Omer biyad hikam. He hit him with his hand. Shneimar vayar Yisrael es hayad hagadola hayad she'asida li para misayim cheriv. That's very interesting. So this pasuk, we see that like the pasuk that God like hit him Mitzrayim with, and the way that he took us out of Egypt, is going to be very similar to. It was similar to the hand that took us out of that destroyed Sanhedrin and his attack. And so we see that like it keeps on going back. It's the same groups. It's the same. It's like there's a pattern with every geula, right? So that's the hand, the mehikam, the malach. They took it down. The yada gedola, and the hayad, mashma hayad asid. What's the deal? It says the hand that is big, hayad hagadola. So like that yad is talking about the yad that is eventually going to kill Sancheriv's troops. Rabbi Yehoshua Omer. Now, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua always used to argue, right? Because they say Etzba Elohimi. Rabbi Yehoshua and Rabbi Eliezer were the ones who had that argument by the oven, right? It was Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua. And so Rabbi Yehoshua says, no, it's not going to be hands, it's going to be a finger. Because it says, Etzba Elohimi, Etzba Hasida Lipara Misancher. Rabbi Eliezer ben Nosha Rabbi Yosef Galili, or Rabbi Eliezer, the son of Yosef Galili, says, Amar lo Kadosh Baruch Hu leGavriel. Kadosh Baruch Hu said to Gavriel, Magalecha netusha, your scythe is unsheathed. Ooh, an unsheathed scythe. Dad, you like that alliteration?
What does that mean? Unsheath scythe.
Like taken out of its compartment.
No, the scythe.
Yeah. It's a very interesting alliteration because it has the S and it has the TH, but like they're both like spelled unsheathed scythe. I like how it sounds. It sounds good in my ears. Unsheathed scythe. And so Magalecha Netusha, he's like Shechoza Malach La Rog Es Elu. He's like, yo, Shechuza Magalecha. Oh no, what he's saying is that Shechuza Magalecha La Rog Es Elu is like, yo, your sword is your scythe is what is appropriate to kill these guys. Amar Levan Ravonu Shalom Netusha the Omed Sheish Mebracious. Oh, so I should ask him, like, yo, is your scythe sharp? Unsheathed, sharpened scythe. It's like, yeah. So Gavriel says it's ready from Sheshes Mebracious. It's like, yeah, it's ready. It's been ready. It's been ready. Shenemar mipnei charvos nadadu, which is the pasuk again in Yeshayahu. Amar lefan of Ribono Shel Olam netusha ve'omed v'sheish mebracious. Shenemar mipnei charvos nadadu. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, everyone pay attention. Rashbi. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, "Oso haperek zman bishul peiros haya." At that time, it was the time of the fruit being born. What time is the time of the fruit being born?
Like season or time of day?
The seasons.
Tushma?
So I'm going to go to a Gemara in Avodah Zarah that we saw. Right? We saw it when we were doing the sugya of flat earth. We saw this Gemara in Avodah Zarah. Right? Where was that Gemara? Oh, we forgot to send this to Mickey. We forgot to send this to Mick. But where was that Gemara in Avodah Zarah that dealt with the different seasons and the different astronomies, and talked about the size of Earth, and it was flat. It was round. When we talked about flat Earth, we saw that Gemara. Yo, so flat Earth, we're still bleibin shver about. The biggest raya for Earth being flat is that the Shibud really wants us to think that it's round. That's the biggest raya. It's the biggest raya that it's flat, but I don't know. Also, the whole Antarctica globalist treaty that no one could go there. Not unsuspicious at all. Where was that Taisvis? Where's that Gemara? It was somewhere in Avodah Zarah, but I don't remember where it was. By the way, Schligs, do you want to send Mickey the link?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Say, Mickey, my friend.
Mickey, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. How's everybody doing today? Shteigin. How about you, Har?
Shteigin. No, I didn't get my
Shteigin. How
workout.
about-
I need someone to motivate me for that workout, though.
I know.
So much easier when
I
you have
know.
someone there to be like, let's work out. And you're like, oh, yeah, let's work out.
I hear ya. I ate dumplings yesterday. I'm feeling like a dumpling.
Oh, man, how were they? No, but listen, you got to get in the good taste buds while you're out there. Even,
Exactly. You have a yote.
yeah.
You have a yote a dumpling, bro.
I know you like a good dumpling.
I love a good dumpling. Abba, how are you doing today?
Baruch Hashem, I'm actually, I just had to jump off. I'm learning about quantum, the quantum revolution and AI and the combination of the two.
Oh, I'll tell you about the quantum revolution AI. You know that it's like a big sugya, the quantum revolution of AI, and what's that called? The experiment, the thought experiment that we spoke about a while ago. Yeah. I have a friend who was telling me about that stuff. Quantum revolution in AI. Basically, it's like it has to do with retrocausality a little bit. We'll get into it, the retrocausality, the sugya of like if, right? Because eventually, let's say, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want the computers to hear. But it's a sugya in retrocausality, and I'd love to talk more about that. Sounds interesting. Yeah. Awesome. Quantum.
I don't know anything about it. I'm listening to the world's expert doing a teaching.
What's his name?
The world's expert is doing a teaching on the topic.
Nice. There's a Yid who's involved in that stuff also. I forgot his name. Berkowitz. This guy's Jewish also? Cool. Anywho, so whenever there's man bishul peros is when the so he said, listen, it was when you're going out to cook the fruit, to make the fruit grow, hizakik lahem. He's like, yo, don't forget about Sanheriv's army, take him down. Shenemar midi avru yikach eschem ki boker baboker yavor b'yom v'layla v'hayarak ziva'a habein shmua. What is that pasuk saying? Tezvav mide avru yikach eschem ki baboker yavor b'yom v'layla hayarak ziva'a Avin Shmiya. Harry, can you look up that pasuk?
Yeah. Where is it again? Say it again. Let me take it to my phone.
It's the pasuk is in the pasuk is in Yeshayahu Chaf Aleph Tes Vav.
Chaf Aleph Tes Vav.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Read it for us in English.
Oh no, I'm not in Safari. Let me go in Safari. Yeah. $21.15 Isaiah. Okay, we're here. The one that starts with Ki Mipnei Charavot.
Yep.
Okay, for they have fled before swords, before the whetted sword, before the bow that was drawn, before the stress of war.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm not sure what ride they're bringing here. He's like, Amar Papa, Haydod Amri Inchi, Agav Orcha Lebal Devavecha Ishtama. So he's saying, while you're going on the derech, just like normally the fitumo, Leval Devavecha, the one that you hate, Ishtama, the Sonecha Hasra Vivchido. Like, go scare your guy. Like, why are you just like going out, on your way to like help with all the growing of the fruit, stomp some Sanhedrin army on your way. Okay. V'yesh omrim b'chodmecha. So chodman. So like, we're trying to figure out how the angel killed the army of Sanhedrin. So some people say that in their nose he blew into them and they died. Right? Meitzu shenemar v'gam nashef bahem yivoshu. Okay. Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba says, no, kafayim safak lahem. Means you slapped them in the face and they died. Shenemar v'gam ani akeh kafi kapi al kapi. My hands on their face. And then I was chilling. Rav Yitzchak Nafcha Amar, Aznayim Gal Lahem. He revealed their ears. The Shamu Shirim Piachayos, and they heard the song of the Chayos, and they died. Song of death. Shenemar Romemeka Naftu Goyim. The nations from your exaltedness, they like exploded. Very interesting. The common Nishtayr Mehen, how much was left from them? It's especially interesting that like song is what killed them, because song is the reason that we didn't get to Chezkiah, who wasn't able to be Mashiach in the first place, because he didn't sing. Common Nishtayr Mehen, 10. There were 10 of them left. Shenemar v'shar eitz yazru mispar yihiyu v'nar yichtavim kama nar yachol lichtov asara v'shmuel amar teisha. So Shmuel says no, there's only 10. So Machlok is Rav and Shmuel. Rav says there was 10 and Shmuel says there was 9 of them left.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
We said before that we said Teku on that last one, where we didn't know why some of them had died but some of them had not, or is that the different?
So we said the Teku about how many people were gone.
Okay.
We Teku that. How many people like exactly on the numbers we Teku'd it.
On how many people came with the army, not how many people died.
Yeah, Shmuel says one guy says -1. So we're like, wait, -100,000 or 10,000 or 1,000, etc.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
So Shmuel says Teisha Shneimar v'nishar bo olos kenok afzayis shnayim shlosha gargarim berosh. There's 2 or 3 seeds. Shmuel says there was here. So Rav says that there was 9. He says anar yachol lahativ tipa kol shel dio lahainu 10 shenisharu asara. Meaning that they could just like put 1 dot, which is 10, but Shmuel says no, 9. It says there were 9 like a nokev zayis, like when you're hit with a tree of olives. She'ein nisharim bo ela davar muad. There's only a little bit, 2 or 3 seeds on the top of the amir. Right, if you hit it, there's only 2 or 3 left, I guess. Kain lo yishtayir machaneu ela davar muad. There's only a little bit. Vikama arba v'chamisha seifim puria. Arba v'chamisha hainu tisha. So 4 and 5 is 9. Rav Yehuda ben Levi says Amar Arba Asar is 14. Shenemar Shnaim v'Shlosha Arba v'Chamisha. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, which comes out to 14. Right? Yes. Rabbi Yochanan says Chamisha. 5 people were left. Sanhedrin is 2 sons, Nebuchadnezzar ve Nevuzar Adan. Nevuzar Oden Adan Gamra Nebuchadnezzar. What's he saying? He's saying, oh no, Nebuchad Adan is Gemara. Nebuchadnezzar Dichsev, it says Virava B'Rvi'a Dami. So there's only 3 still though. Oh, no, that's 5. His 2 sons, Nebuchadnezzar and Nebuchadnezzar or Adan.
What's it
Says
mean,
Rava the
Nevuzar Adon Gemara?
Gamra, not
Gamra?
Gamara. Gamara, maybe Gamara. Gamara, Gamra. Gamara,
Gamra.
Nebuchadnezzar. We're still figuring that part out.
Okay.
I'm very low on batteries, by the way. Let me see if I can take out my ears and plug because I have the iPhone, blah blah, and so since I have the iPhone, blah blah, I can only either use charge or use ears. So I was using ears, but now we'll switch to charge, and it'll be all right. Everyone hear me? Yeah. Can I hear you guys?
Can you hear me?
I hear. Ish. And we're charging. Okay, cool. So, Levar Elohim v'ilav dechazya mina havayat sancher v'shnei panam. It says Vayihi hu mishtachave base whatever. So we say if he didn't, how would he know if he didn't see it that it was alive? It says Vayihi hu mishtachave bais nisroch Elohav v'adar malach v'sharatzar banav ikav b'cherev. So it was hit with a cherev. All right. Okay. So, anyways, that part of the Gemara, what's it talking about? Rabbi Yochanan Mikra Lodai. So basically, there's only a few people left. Pretty much, Kinok of Zayis, Mishtar Ma'at, the Rosh Aga Shnayim O Shloshik Garim, Ki Yishtar Lo Ma'at Dalid Ohei. It says Gabi Chananya Mishal Nazaria. It says V'Ravaya De Revi'ah Dami Levar Elahin Alma Dechaze Gavriel Yikiru Bekivshan. Like he saw Gavriel, who he recognized from the fires of Gavriel. All right, so we just learned a little bit about the angel that came and beat up Sanhedrin, and only a little bit of them were left. So we see from here is that even after we beat Gog and Magog, some of them left. Like we just have to wait for the tides to turn. And those tides, when Gog loses all of his Magogs, then the tides will turn. All right, we got to the bottom of the 2 dots, and it talks about Hashem giving someone a good shaving tomorrow. We're 4 lines down. We're 4 lines down from we're 4 lines down from the bottom and Tzadi Hey Amid Aleph. I think we will call it a Shteig for now. It was good. It was Sovavuni Gam Sovavuni B'Shem Hashem Kiyam Milam. It was a good job getting all those hooligans out. But we're glad that they came in. Maybe heard a little Torah, And amazing. Who knew that many people saw my Instagram stories? My Twitter. What I do on Twitter, I never do Twitter. But amazing. Shteigin, you threw out everyone?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was so much white noise and craziness going on. I had to get rid of everybody that I knew was not part of the Shteig.
I hear you. Okay, cool. Amazing. Well, good Shteigin there. And some Vikias. Tomorrow we will go right there. Much love. And tomorrow we're going to learn about shaving. Nice mustache. Speaking of shaving, look at that mustache of Mr. Herenstein. Looking good, Hobbs.
Yeah,
looking good.
Great Steigs, brother.
Piggity peace, super chill.
Piggity peace, bro.
Peace.
Peace, guys.
Peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.